another type newspaper, and we'll do more segments on that, was the Havre de Grace High School newspaper called the Gracian. And it has a lot of cute little stuff in it. A lot of people, the reporters and stuff in there did a lot of reporting on things different students did at different times. So I've got a whole bunch of these from the 40s up into the 50s and 60s. So another source of information, how I get my information, is from old directories. One of the oldest directory that Annie McElhenney allowed me, she has a copy, the original copy, and she allowed me to scan it in, is from 1916. So everybody that was wealthy enough to have a phone back in 1916, we have their addresses and phone numbers and where they lived. So I have found out where different businesses was by looking at this. That was one source. And then another one in 1953 is the Harford County Directory. And there's a lot of stuff in here on Havre de Grace. And it's full of all information. In fact, there's a whole article in here where Mr. Pershing, who used to be in the building as Pershing Studio in my building across the street, he has a whole story in this of how he started and when he started. And that's how I found out to where I always thought he was in the building from 1937, but apparently it's only from 47. So I got to go from 37 to 47 to figure out what was in that spot then. So if anybody knows, please let me know. And then some more directories. And this is where we've gotten in a lot more confusing and a lot more information from, especially on my building. Telephone directories give us a whole lot of information. We can look up, you have to really have the name of the place when you're looking up in these type of directories. And I just got this directory from Mary Martin over at Bayside Antiques and Postcards, the postcard place. I seen it online and went over and asked her if she had it, and she gave it to me. And then this is another one from 1960. And then there was a whole series of these. I've got them from 61 up to into the 70s. But these particular ones, it gives you a street address. You don't have to know the name. You just have to know the street address. And it will give you what was there. So that's got a lot of information in it. And I've had a lot of people come up to me and ask me about a certain address. They say they think this was there. And I'll look it up in some of these directories at different times. And we can either confirm or not confirm what it was. Now, some of the other places that I get some of my information from and history from are some books that have been written about Havre de Grace. A couple of them here is from Peter J. and Erna J. These are pictorial pictures and a lot of history. This one is actually from Leon Kalis. The Peter J. book. And we'll post the covers of these online. And you can also buy these books over at Washington Street Books. This is the Peter J. book, a history, an informal history of Havre de Grace. And it has lots of photos and gives you lots of history of different places and times of Havre de Grace. A couple other books are like the old Then and Now books, or it has pictorial histories. One was done by Bill Bates. And one was done by Linda Knoll. And it gives you pictures. They'll give you a picture and give you the history, or they'll give you a picture of now and back in the day of what they look like. And these were done, the now pictures are even 15, 20 years ago, and a lot of that has changed today.